The recruitment process hasn't really changed since the 50s.
Absolutely
the CV
right.
is the same. Everybody's got an opinion of what the CV should look like. Got a lot of people making a lot of money writing CVs for people. Social media is how teenagers now talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's how they present their lives. It's how they build their personal brand. Dating sites. The amount of effort that people put into their profiles astonished me.
Welcome back to another episode of RecTalk. I'm your host, Nitin Sharma, founder and CEO of RecTools.io, co-founder of the Recruitment Curry Club, and proprietor of this amazing podcast that you are listening to or watching. Thank you for joining us. My guest today is from the RecTools recommended JobHack. It's Marc Turner. Marc, good to see you, mate.
And you?
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to pop over and spend some time talking about JobHack. I think, and I'm going to let you put the sell on it, but look, this episode is really for those HR managers, talent acquisition leaders, recruitment business owners who are looking to hire into their teams. Because Marc has kind of pioneered and built a product that is designed to help those people who don't have a exciting looking CV break into entry level roles, which, you know, historically was always a bit of a, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl, my friend's dog walker's looking for a job, why don't you give her a go, and that kind of thing, right? You landed on something that I think is fantastic, but this is why we're working together. We want to share it with the world. We want to get more people aware of it. So tell us about JobHack.
Yeah, thanks. So it started, a bit about me. I've worked in call centres for nearly 25 years, been a hiring manager for, I can't even count how many people I've hired over that time. And during lockdown, things got weird, didn't they? A lot more Teams meetings, cameras on, TikTok, and I was in the midst of a redundancy situation, and I had a few niggles with recruitment. I was actively looking for a job, and I'd like to think my CV was quite good. Apparently it's not, and you kind of get a little bit frustrated when you're like, I could do that job standing on my head. I've been ghosted. 3 weeks later, you see someone else on LinkedIn's got the job, and you think,
there's somebody in your network, and you're like,
and I think, if I'd have just had 10 minutes with that person, that hiring manager, I'm pretty sure I'd have got the job, you know. And my son was 11. He was 11 at the time, so 11 when lockdown started, just started senior school. He's now 16. And I started to think about, okay, well, what does job hunting look like for those guys? You know, the Gen Z that are coming through onto the market now, what are they doing? How are they different? You know, I'm very much old school. I expect to write a cover letter. I expect to give my CV over. I expect the ATS to quickly whip through. And
we used to walk into places with printed CVs, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hand out 10 CVs today. And when you've handed out your 10, you're like, well, I've got to catch your bus home now.
My first job was at a go-kart centre. And I literally walked in with my CV.
How old were you?
16.
Right. And that's the key point, though, right?
Yeah.
My first job was at 16, selling mobile phones.
Of course it was.
And fax machines. It was the link. I don't know if you're old enough to remember the link. Purple tie and everything.
Fax machine.
Our current crop don't do that.
No.
Right? Whether it's because of COVID, whether it's because of the lack of opportunities, whether it's because of the economic and political environment that we're in now, most 16-year-olds haven't gone and got a job like we did.
Yeah.
And so they're not building not only those social skills, but also the CV experience.
Yeah.
Like we managed to put 4 things on our CV by the time we were 20, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the generation we've got now, you speak to any 10-year-old, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a YouTuber. Yeah. I want to host a podcast like this guy, you know.
My kids brag to their mates, my dad is a podcaster.
Of course he is, yeah.
I had 2 parents at the assembly thing yesterday who were like, so you're a podcaster then? Yeah. I was like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's the cool job now, isn't it? It is the job. So how they interact is very different, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of the youngsters these days are about followers. influencers, being a YouTuber. Thank you, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, for all your help over the years. But so anyway, I started to think during lockdown, like, the recruitment process hasn't really changed since the 50s.
No, you're right. Absolutely,
the CV is the same. Everybody's got an opinion of what the CV should look like. You've got people making a lot.
2-page, 10-page.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people making a lot of money writing CVs for people, and I just started putting two and two together, and I thought, I'm in a situation now where, you know, I'm going to have some time on my hands. I'm going to start putting pen to paper. What does the future of recruitment look like? And two things I navigated towards. One of them was obviously social media. Social media is how teenagers now talk to each other. It's how they present their lives. It's how they build their personal brand. When I was 16, I don't know about you, but I was running around the town centre with traffic cones on my head and trying to chase girls and, you know, being a general nuisance. Now they're all about pictures and, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. They're a lot more aesthetically aware as well, right? You look back at some of the pictures of us when we were kids, and you're like, Jesus, I can't believe I was. You know, right? But these guys are, they're aware of aesthetics. They know how to take. My 8-year-old, now going to be 9 soon, knows how to take a better selfie than I do. Yeah. Like I'll literally go like, come here, let's have a picture together. She'll be like, hold it down a bit. No, hold it that way a little bit. God, you're so old. Give it to me. And I'm like, you don't even have a phone. How do you know how to do this? Like, you know, you've got to get the right angle. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. And the process is very antiquated and dated, right? Yes. So you've gone, okay, these guys are comfortable in front of camera.
Yes.
They might not be great at communicating, sort of, you know, in a phone call.
What's a phone call?
Right.
My son never phones me.
I put my girls on the phone every now and then to their mum when mum's in the car on the way home, and it's
painful, isn't it?
Oh my God! What you know? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like,
but they'll sit and have a text conversation with you for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the social media element, and the other element that was inspiring was the way people now meet partners, dating sites. I have been on one for a very short time, I must admit.
Ladies, he's taken.
Yes.
Tech entrepreneur and all that, but he's taken.
but the whole idea of your life and your person being a profile, and the amount of effort that people put into their profiles astonished me. Some of them were hilarious. Some of them were deeply concerning. Me personally, the whole left and right thing worried me a little bit because I was swiping right far too many times. But then I started to...
Is right the one where you're interested?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know.
I was swiping the good way.
Right. Okay. Fine. And so you're like, I'm clearly very open.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
But then a picture started to occur to me that actually people find their partners on dating sites. How does that translate to the world of recruitment?
Mm-hmm.
Given that the new generation are very much social media driven, dating site driven, how can that be professionalized into a platform where recruiters can firstly get a really good feel for the individual as a person? And that's why we were talking about the entry-level jobs and where the CV isn't quite much.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? You want to know my GCSE results? What?
Yeah.
You know the coursework that I did?
Do they still have the National Achievement folder?
No, they don't. No.
I found mine the other day.
I had a load of Gen Z staff work for me, and they were just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Yeah, it's a purple folder.
Burgundy folder. Yeah.
Had all my results in it.
Yeah.
I left mine on the bus.
My Duke of Edinburgh.
Oh.
I don't even know what I did for that, but I got one.
I didn't even know what one was.
No.
That's how dumb I was. I used to see it in people's CV and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Our school didn't even give us the opportunity to do it.
Didn't they?
No, I don't think there was anyone capable.
No, it was fun.
But no, you're absolutely right. In the we're happy to put, meeting a partner is a very big and important step in anyone's life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like getting their first job or getting a job.
Yeah.
Like you're going to commit 40 hours of your week to these people.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure you're making the right decision, right?
Yeah.
And so the logic and the marry up there makes sense in that if people are comfortable going, let me invest some time really explaining to the world who I am, in the hope that I find, the one that thinks that that's funny, 10 people might go, oh, what a weirdo. The one might go, oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
I get that reference. I'm going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why can't that be applied into the workplace when actually you're asking for people with no experience and real no life skills to demonstrate who they are to you in the form of a written document called a CV?
Yes. So if I look back on my call center, well, say look back, I'm still in the call center industry, but if I think about when I've had conversations with my internal recruitment team and they're saying, Mark, you're running a sales campaign, you've asked me for 12 people, what do those 12 people look like? And I say, in a sales environment, they've got to have some get up and go, they've got to be able to chat, they've got to be self-motivated, they've got to be confident, they've got to sound knowledgeable about their product and all of that good stuff. And then they hand me a CV of somebody that worked at Clark's, and I'm like, that tells me nothing. I need to see him or her or them. Same applies in the customer service role. Do I want someone that's working with a high street brand that has a persona of, having wealthier customers in, more affluent areas, and I've got a kid in front of me that every other word's in it? I can't tell that from the CV, but I then start to think, actually, I need to see. I ended up interviewing something like 90-something% of the CVs I was given because I needed to see them.
Yeah, unless there was something harrowingly worrying on the CV, you're kind of like, well, I've got to see these people because I just don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything. And then as soon as they walk in the room, they sit down, you get their vibe, they start talking, and you think, oh, this is so much better than the CV. Yeah.
Or quite the opposite, right? Yeah, you're sitting there going, I've got to now entertain this person for half an hour.
Yeah, how many questions can I skip?
And within the first 5 seconds, I've realised that I don't want to hire this, but this is not the right fit. Yeah. This person's not the right type of person that I'm looking for. Whereas, having that on video, having that kind of visually represented.
Yeah.
And it's fairer for those candidates as well, right?
Absolutely.
I know I've been to interviews before where I was never going to get the job.
No.
And they probably decided that the minute they walked in and saw me with a beard and long hair and thought, no thank you.
This guy's far too cool to work here.
Yeah. I doubt that. But do you know what I mean? And
you were only 12 at the time.
Yeah. It's my first job at the Link, I told you. But it's not fair on those people either.
That's a waste of time. And so with COVID in mind and sort of your point there, so the candidate profiles, they are whatever the candidate wants it to be. If they want to upload content. If they want to introduce themselves, I mean, it's encouraged, it's not mandatory, but if they want to introduce themselves via video, they can create that video on TikTok, add some fancy commentary, they could upload it to Canva, they could do some fancy graphics, and they upload it to their their profile. And some people will not do that, so it's not mandatory. But what we do try and encourage is to get them as a person across.
Yeah.
Where it gets a bit smart is the candidate can add all the skills they feel they've got, and they can also add the skills at level they think they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be customer service. Okay, I'm a pro. Excel, maybe a beginner. And that information starts to build a picture. And in the background, when you are recruiting and you're telling JobHack, I want a pro customer service with Excel, blah blah blah. There's a skill match. There's an algorithm in the background. So how your candidates get presented to you, and going back to the dating site influences, you get a card. It'll have a bit about them, and there's a heart rating. Mm-hmm. 5 hearts means they are an absolute match. They'll be presented first.
Yeah.
So if you've got 50 candidates, the first 10 are going to be the ones you're going to look at. The other ones are probably wild cards, where actually you're probably looking at recruiting on potential, or trainability, or character, values, all that good stuff. So that's kind of where the dating sites, just as a sort of UX nicety, but also time saving. If you get 100 applicants, which some people do, they're in order.
Yeah.
The highest match.
We all know that actually we are going. If I've got 100 applicants, I'm going to go through the first 20. As soon as I find my top 5 in that first 20, I'm going with them.
Yeah.
Now, the best applicant for that job, or my leading competitor's best candidate who happened to apply, might be applicant number 96. Never gets seen.
No.
Never gets heard of. Never gets approached.
No. And
the employer brand issue that creates, and the EVP problems that causes, we're all too aware of, right?
Yeah.
So having an algorithm that's not a AI decides who the best person is, but actually, look, you said you were looking for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
These people have got X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Let's look at these first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And they've gone through the trouble of creating their profile properly.
That's the biggie. You won't get 100 applications unless you're Gymshark. Tap me up, Gymshark. But people have to go to a little bit of effort to apply.
Yeah.
So your people that are firing CVs here, there, and everywhere, that will slow down. And actually, and we'll get onto the sort of flip side of the coin in a minute. But where we are different is we try and allow the business to showcase themselves. So you're increasing your candidate engagement. The ones that have gone through and created their nice little profile, they're interested. You're not going to get 100. You'll get 20, but they are going to be 20 people that properly want to work for you.
Because they've looked into you. And so you used the Gymshark example. But if you're a competitor clothing business that's just starting out and you're looking to make your first 5 hires into the business, put in that little bit of effort, having your founder do a quick welcome message,
absolutely,
video with the team, video of the offices, all of that is going to encourage the ones that would ideally apply for Gymshark to go, actually, you don't look that bad.
Yeah.
This is quite a cool, edgy place to be. I'm gonna click that.
I'm gonna take you back to the one interview question I hate the most.
Go on.
Why do you want to work here?
Yeah.
The amount.
You ever answered that truthfully?
No. And that's my point. Tell me what you know about this company.
Yeah.
Well, I read your website and you sell coats. Okay, good. And then you're at a stalemate. You don't know.
It's funny. I fell for that trap recently where I had an interview with a girl out in South Africa, and I said to her, like, "Go on then. What do you know about kind of what I'm doing so far and this, that, and the other?" And it was all really surface level stuff. Yeah. And I was like, "You haven't done much research, have you?" Yeah. And she's like, "No, not really. To be completely honest, no, I haven't." Yeah. And so I was like, "All right, well, forget me and forget what I do for a minute. Let's just continue talking about you, and we'll go from there." And then I set her a task at the end to sort of be like, now you've seen what you've seen from me. We've had a good chat. I know what your skills are. I think I know where your development areas are. I want to set you a task. Go away and do it. At that point, I expect you to do some really good research into the business now. And she did. She came back with competitor information and, market knowledge, understanding, and this, that, and the other. And I sort of thought, it'd have been really unfair for me at that point to be like, we don't know anything about my company. I'm going to have the hump with you now,
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. That's your traditional recruitment process. But the truth of the matter is, like, well, what did I send you?
Yes.
Fuck all.
Yep.
What have you seen? You could find some stuff about me, but does that actually tell you anything about the vision of the company or what we're trying to build and what I'm doing? And no, I haven't put any of that information out there. So how unfair is it for me to then expect you to know why you want to work here? Short of, I'm unemployed. I like money because money helps me.
Yes.
Money helps me get food.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to work.
Yeah. And that's why we do the profile to profile. So as much as the emphasis is on the candidate profile, probably more emphasis is on the business profile. What do you want to show your candidates? And I always relate to open days, job fairs.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. What are you presenting to that? Oh, well, we're going to do an open day. We want 100 people to come into our office and see what we're doing. Okay. That's a load of effort. It's a load of planning.
Yeah.
You might get 1 or 2 CVs at the end of it. It disrupts everybody's day. Let's do it online.
Yeah.
Create your business profile and show the world your
all
office,
day, every
your
day,
people.
no matter what time of day it is, they can access it.
Yeah.
It suits them, and yeah, because you again, the traditional model of like, okay, well, we'll do an open day, or oh yeah, we're going to go to the job fair, the local job fair. Well, that's all well and good, but what if the people that actually are really, really good for your company don't know about the job fair, didn't turn up that day, got caught in traffic and didn't make it, or were actually working, and therefore weren't able to come to the job fair? Then what?
Yeah,
surely you're just narrowing your talent pool down.
Yeah, you're looking for unemployed people then.
Yeah,
which isn't a bad thing. There will be really great candidates out there that are unemployed, but you're missing 70% of the market that are actually.
Do you know where I see this as a really interesting kind of route for people as well? We all know that AI is going to disrupt a lot of industries, and the call center industry is a good example of that.
Yep.
And there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of work experience in different fields that will be looking to silo or sidestep into other fields and new markets and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally, you'd have to then rewrite your CV in accordance to, here's the transferable skills I have to go from being a contact center team leader to a retail team leader.
Mm-hmm.
But your product and your platform allows people to demonstrate those skills in one video they can rehearse it if they need to.
Yeah.
They can get the lighting right.
Yeah.
They can sit in a studio if they wish to. They can be walking and vlogging if they wish to.
Yeah.
Whatever they feel they need to do to stand out that encapsulates them.
Yeah.
And upload that and then go, this is me.
Mm-hmm. What about uploading a video of, instead of asking for a reference, I've been made redundant from working with you, for example. Nitin, will you do me a favour? Will you film a 10-second video about why someone should employ me?
Yes, great idea. Yeah, that's it.
It's a gallery. Upload what you want to your
testimonials
gallery.
And it's a portfolio. Yeah, it's all sorts. Yeah,
Mark's a great guy. He's hardworking. All of this stuff. Yeah. He's great in front of customers. He'd be brilliant in a shop front. Blah blah blah.
Have fun with it.
The past is the past.
Have fun with it.
Absolutely, and I think people.
Here's a video of me running into a burning building, saving a bunch of kids. And
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just, do you know what I mean? Like, have some real fun with it, because I have I say it on the podcast a lot. I'm at some point going to get it printed and put up in here, but people buy from people like them, and people buy from people they like.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Relatability, likability, that is it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's find that and demonstrate that. This is who I am. I only want to work with people that I'm going to get on with. And if I have a bit of a quirky sense of humour and I display that out openly and go, this is the kind of person I am, and you find that engaging, entertaining and funny, we're going to get on.
Yep.
If you look at that and go, what a weirdo, and just swipe away, then good, because I don't want to work there anyway.
Yeah.
And I think this is the thing that a lot of our generation don't understand. We were very good at masking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I can be as posh as you want. I can be whatever you want me to be. You want me to be laid back? I'll be laid back. What are we saying?
Yeah.
You want me to be Mr. Posh? Yeah. Oh no, I totally agree. Totally agree. Oh, ha ha ha. I'll practice my rich man laugh if I have to.
Yep.
This generation, they're not like that.
No, they're authentic.
They're very happy with who they are.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is me.
Yep.
Absolutely. Like it or lump it.
Yeah. And that's a blessing and a curse.
I think it's a blessing, personally.
Same.
Because I'm a firm believer in find your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, what things like JobHack are doing are helping people do exactly that.
Yep.
And helping business owners kind of break out of this monotony of, this is how I have to hire. I have to put jobs out on job sites and job boards like Indeed and LinkedIn and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I have to go through 150 applications and then interview a load of people. I have to.
Yep.
There's no other way.
Yeah. There is now.
Yeah.
There certainly is. And we source the candidates differently as well. And some of the major supermarkets that are very good at social media, let's say, are advertising their roles, paid promotions, targeted, location driven, with some nice graphics on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, that the workforce that are coming through spend on average 2.5 hours a day on those platforms. The average job seeker spends 30 minutes on a job board. What do you want to be? What pond are you fishing from? Because I know where I want to be.
That's it.
I want to be where the people are.
And again, the traditional job searching method and application method doesn't lend itself to Facebook as an example, or Instagram as an example, or TikTok, because they can see a job that they like the look of, but they can't just apply because they haven't got their CV to hand, or usually they're on a mobile phone, but their CV's on their laptop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of reconditioning and refiguring that, isn't it?
Yeah. So when a candidate sees our job, they click the link, they're straight into JobHack, they're reading the job description,
the blurb,
they're looking at the media that you've uploaded, they can have a look at your business profile, and if they want to apply, they start creating their own profile, and they can come back to it, they can edit it, they can change it, you know, and it's theirs, but you know, it's designed.
And it's a truly functional applicant tracking system, isn't it, on both sides? So the candidates can track where they've applied and where they've got to in terms of progress, and vice versa. Clients can look at how many applications have come through, the timed and dates that they're coming through. They can look for trends. They can look for, oh, hang on a minute, Facebook ads is really working for us. TikTok and Insta aren't really producing, so maybe we turn that down a little bit and we really go after Facebook.
Well, we manage that for the business in the background.
I see,
the business. But what we have built, and I think this is probably something that I had to put in because of my own beliefs, is as part of the candidate profile, the candidate can tell you about themselves. They can tell you their ethnicity, their sexuality, their gender. They have an option to update that stuff.
Yeah.
If they update that stuff, the business gets, as part of the business landing page, you get a reporting suite. You can see for the customer service role you advertised last week, what percentage of your applicants were from different ethnicities or genders, and you can also see your success rate by ethnicity and gender as well. Because I think diversity and inclusion, especially when you're dealing with anything sort of media-based and visual, has got to be high up on the agenda, because what I don't want is JobHack to be all the pretty people are getting jobs.
But you can't govern that though either, can you?
No, what we do...
Because you can't prevent it.
You can't prevent it, and I've got a motto. Unconscious bias, by definition, somebody doesn't know they're doing it, so we're going to educate them. Conscious bias, that candidate shouldn't be working with you, and you shouldn't be a recruiter if it's conscious. So as we gain traction, one of my visions is going to be that if a business has some worrying results or some results that look like they're going the wrong way, is JobHack will offer them support, and we will partner with consultants or a partner that can help them with training and delivery and all of that good stuff.
I hear that. I guess my initial gut was sort of like, well, is that not what the whole point behind the dating app is? The pretty people get matched up and paired up first, right? But I hear it, absolutely, I hear it. But equally, if I'm able to look at a person's profile, watch videos of them, I would imagine that any bias would usually go out the window when they're like, oh, hang on, this person's really entertaining, or they're really engaging. This is worth the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. This is where, again, the strength of the profile comes in.
Yes.
Talk me through your kind of early traction, feedback, challenges, things that you've had to sort of learn from, because you're very open about the fact that there was a period of time where, and this is about the time we first started speaking, where you were kind of like, I'm ready to throw the towel in. Like, I don't understand. I thought I had this right. I thought there is a gap for this, but fucking hell, am I, what am I missing here? Yeah. Talk me through that.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people to hear your side, not your side of it, because there's not a side to tell, but your journey. I think that's an important thing to understand, because you and me are very similar. We ain't got rich. There's no rich dad, poor dad here. You
No,
know what I mean?
no.
It's not. Yeah, I went to my father and got a short, like small loan of 100,000 or whatever.
No.
You're working a full-time job, supporting a family, whilst
Yes.
then trying to set this thing up on the side.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's been difficult. I think hindsight is a wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
I went all in on designing an awesome product, and bootstrapped it, launched it. And we did have some really successful tests. Recruitment consultants were putting jobs on there. One in particular found a team leader role that she'd been struggling to fill, and she filled it in 2 weeks on JobHack. We've had call centres using it. I spoke about a pub that found a really cool chef on there. So all of that stuff is great. Obviously, that then came into iterations and improvements, which required money. So I got a year, 2 years down the line, and any spare cash I had was going on improving the platform, which was where my passion was, because I was like, I've got this vision and I'm going to bring it to life, and then everyone's going to use it. So when your money runs out and you've got a platform sat there and you haven't got a marketing budget, and you haven't got salespeople, and you're trying to earn a living to keep food on the table, etc., it becomes disheartening and a bit of a burden.
Yeah,
you've just got this black cloud behind you, just following you. JobHack. So it became and I've said it on LinkedIn. It got to a point where I was like, I've got nothing else to give to it. Energy, time, money. So what happens with it? Do I just put it in the bin? And that was, I probably procrastinated over that for about 6 months. Route to market is probably 5 steps further than I needed to be. Actually, what I needed to be was proof of concept, user research, testing, MVP in the most basic form.
Yeah.
I could have come to you and said, Nitin, let me find you 5 candidates. I'm going to send you a PDF and it's going to have a video on it and blah, blah, blah. Is this going to work? Are you going to enjoy this?
Yeah.
It's free, just have a go, And then, oh yeah, Mark, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. All right, well, let's start building something now. I just went gung-ho. I'm going to build this.
Which, to be honest, many, many people do exactly that. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've started reading some books around lean and project management and entrepreneurship, and we can edit that word out because I can't say it. But it's flip reverse of everything I did. My journey was, if you wrote a list of shit you shouldn't do, I did all of it.
Yeah. Did that, and then you read it and like, oh shit, that's the list of not to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I ordered myself a hoodie and a t-shirt. I'm now too fat for, but that was money I didn't need. I could have used that on something else. I wanted the cool logo. I wanted this. I wanted that. But we are where we are.
They call it technical debt, don't they, in the IT space?
Yes.
Where you end up in a load of technical debt.
Yeah.
Where money that should have been spent on one thing gets spent on something else.
Yes.
It just spirals.
Yeah, and I've never done anything like this before. I've always been a 9-to-5 guy, career guy. Giving my all to the company I work for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still that guy. But we've got JobHack floating behind us that I truly believe in. And, if I were to close my eyes and say, what will it be in 2030? It will be a social media platform in its own right. Will Gen Z use LinkedIn? I don't know. I think it'll have to become a bit cooler, a bit trendier.
That's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah, that's a really interesting conversation that was. What do you consider LinkedIn to be? Is it a social media platform? Or is it a business networking site?
Now, I don't know, because it feels like an advertising platform now. Everybody, I have to do it. I do it. It's a place where all of my target audience are.
Yeah.
And I have to outreach to them, because that's what you do now, right? There are some.
But you know what will yield you better results?
Picking up the phone.
No.
No?
Same target audience.
Yeah.
Just don't sell to them.
Yeah.
People don't want to be sold to.
No.
Bring them along on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Storytell.
Yeah.
You know, we did this with this by doing this using JobHack.
Yes.
Not for a demo, click here, do this. Just that's what we did.
Yeah.
Just want the world to know that.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to look back in 6 years' time and go, look at that, all these little milestones that we hit along the way.
Yeah.
Because then people start to take notice, right?
Yes.
People start to go, this is really interesting. This person is, you know, personal brand is massive.
Yes.
Hugely important in any walk of life, but on LinkedIn especially. And it's not, there's a million, I think there's 1 billion users, and 0.9% are actually actively posting at any given time.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to break into the top 100 influencer types on LinkedIn, right?
Mm.
But you don't have to be plugging your shit all the time, because the algorithm doesn't like that. What the algorithm does like is, this is me. I am this person. This is what I do.
Yeah.
You know, here's the journey that I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build something.
It's interesting that you say that, and the algorithm is ever evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I can post about JobHack, or the JobHack marketing team will do a JobHack post, and it will get a couple of hundred views. Before I went on holiday a week ago Friday, I posted a picture of me, silly picture of me. I'm going on holiday, deserve the rest, blah, blah, blah. 2,000 views overnight.
Yeah.
So what is LinkedIn? Is it professional networking?
It's a social media network.
It's social media, yeah.
And that's what they want to be.
Yeah.
Microsoft don't own a social media network.
No.
LinkedIn is a social media network.
Yes.
It just so happens that they make money out of recruiters. It just so happens that they make money from job postings.
Mm.
It just so happens, in the same way that Facebook make money out of, you know, all the other weird and wonderful quirky shit that they do, the Facebook marketplace, the dating side, the games and the apps and all the rest of it. And I think when people kind of cotton on to that, that's where there'll be an increase in users.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely right. I think they're at a race against time for Gen Z, who probably consider the platform to be quite dated and boring. And there is absolutely a space in the market for a social media platform that is job and career focused, but not in the traditional sense of, here's me, my profile, please review, but more of a, I'm looking for my tribe, where are you?
Yep.
You know, this is me, come find me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the potential. That's the end goal. That's the dream. And one day we'll get there. I've
no doubt you will. Honestly, I think you've weathered some storms. I've known you. You know, we've been talking on and off since pre-pandemic, and you're still plugging away.
Got to. You got to, haven't you?
Yeah. I think you're onto the right thing. As I said, we spoke, just to kind of pull the veil back a little bit for people listening and watching. Me and Mark spoke around the time my recruitment business was shutting down, so about a year and a half ago, where he was ready to throw in the towel. And we spoke about, you know, do we collaborate? Do we get involved? What are we going to do? How do we do it? And I remember saying to you, I just think that it's too early. I don't think the market is ready for this yet.
Yeah.
And now I'll say on record, absolutely the market is ready for this. The conversations that I see happening over at places like RecFest and IHR, the conversations I see happening at things like the Recruitment Agency Expo, you know, the people that we have conversations with at things like the Curry Club, there is a market for this. It's just more people need to know about it.
Yes.
And I'm happy that I get to play the part in kind of sharing that. Any closing statements, anything you want to leave us with? Pearls of wisdom, a quote that you live your life by?
Oh, quote that I live my life by. Yeah, am I allowed to swear?
Absolutely.
Fuck it, you only live once.
Mate, this has been a real pleasure.
Cheers, really thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Guys, you will hear from Mark again. He's due 2 more appearances this year. I say this year, this running 12 months. Any questions you've got, anything you want to know specifically about JobHack or anything like that you'd like him to come on and talk about on the podcast, just drop me messages, get in touch with the usual methods. Thank you for listening, watching, subscribing, liking, doing all the cool shit that you guys do that allow me to do this for a living and not have to go and get a real job. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.